Welcome, welcome. You know that song, Wind Beneath My Wings, is a favorite of so many of my friends. I've even been asked to sing it at memorial services. It is beautiful. That song was in the 1988 film Beaches, and Bette Midler sang it. My goodness, she got 2 Grammys for that. Perry Como had sung it in an album, and he wanted to do a single, and RCA says no. So Perry Como never recorded with RCA again. Yeah, well. So anyway, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing the song, because you like this. I'm going to do this song. You think of the name, movie it was in, and let's see how you do. So after each song, I will say a few things about it, and well, here we go. Here's the next one. Sound familiar? The song was recorded by Dusty Springfield, 1968. It was in a movie called The Thomas Crown Affair, and it got the best original song, the Oscar. It starred Steve McQueen and Faye Dunaway. Yeah, in 1968. The Windmills of Your Mind. I thought after I did Wind Beneath My Wings, I'd do Windmills. All right, how about this one? that song sounds familiar. Well, it's Brian's song, and the song is The Hands of Time. This was in the movie, Brian's song, and it was it was a story of Brian Piccolo and Gale Sayers from the Chicago Bears. And James Caan was Brian Piccolo, and Billy D. Williams was Gale Sayers. Anyway, that song came out in 1971. Now, this song and Windmills of My Mind, and let me make sure that I am right. Yes, okay. I'm going to be doing a few songs now. The composer is Michel Legrand, and the lyricists are Alan and Marilyn Bergman. So they did a Windmills of My Mind. They did this one. And here's another one. Now, let's see if you remember this. You may not know the name of the song, but I think the melody will sound familiar to you. Okay. Sound familiar? The music is called How Do You Keep the Music Playing? Also by Michel Legrand and Alan Marilyn Bergman. This was in a movie called Best Friends, 1982, and it starred Burt Reynolds and Goldie Hawn. Yeah, how do you keep the music playing? Well, I'm going to keep it playing for my goodness as long as I can. You know, I'm planning on living to 105. Yes. Come along with me. Okay, here we go. is I Will Wait for You. Andy Williams had a nice recording on that. 1966. That was in the movie Umbrellas of Cherbourg. Now, this was a French film, right? French film, and it took place, location was Cherbourg, France. Also done by Michel Legrand. And, but not, he didn't do the lyrics, no. I mean, Alan and Marilyn Bergman didn't do the lyrics, but Michel Legrand did write the music. Okay. Now, this next song goes out to Thurston and Nancy in Maryland. In 1939, the Ink Spots recorded that song. It is said that it is the 10th best selling single of all time. Right. I met the Ink Spots, oh my gosh, it must have been the early 90s. And I can honestly tell you, I'm not really sure if every one of them was the original. But anyway, I heard them do a concert, and wonderful. Okay, here we go. My light keeps going on and off. Let's see if it stays on. I don't know what's causing that. I'll bet the battery's getting low, huh? All right. So here we go. How about this one? Everybody knows that melody, even if you don't know the name of it. Okay, it's called the Colonel Bogey March. And actually it's from 1914. It was used in the movie Bridge Over the River Kwai, 1957. Yes, this song is often whistled. Oh, I can't whistle. Can you whistle? No, I've never been able to whistle. I have a hard time humming. So anyway, Colonel Bogey March, all the way from 1914. Okay, Here we go. Well, you feel like going on an architectural dig. That song's called The Raiders March, and it's from the motion picture Raiders of the Lost Ark, starring Harrison Ford, 1981. And one of my favorite composers wrote this song, John Williams. Oh my goodness. Well, here we go. Heard this one before? I'm sure you have. That song is called Charade. And that was the name of the movie. Andy Williams, once again, had a big hit on this one. This is a Parisian waltz. It takes place in Paris. It starred Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn, 1963, Charade. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. My light stopped, and so did I have a clock here so that I don't run over. My clock stopped. Oh my goodness, I don't know. Could it possibly that all the batteries ran out at one time? Anyway, but I think I'm pretty close to what I've chosen for a half-hour show. Hopefully I'm not over. Anyway, here we go. Fair to Remember. Vic Damone sang it. It was over the opening credits. They played it in the movie. Cary Grant and Deborah Carr, 1957. This is a poignant movie. Cary Grant and Deborah Carr, I believe his name was Nikki and her name, I believe, might be Terry, met on a ship, on a cruise. And they actually fell in love on the ship. And they were going to meet 6 months later at the top of the Empire State Building. Nikki, Cary Grant, was up there waiting for Terry. Well, she didn't show up because on her way she was in an accident. Now, Nikki was a painter. Yes. He finally found out where she was at. He went to see her, and she tried to hide it. She was on a couch and trying to hide the fact that she couldn't walk. And he finally noticed something, couldn't understand why she wasn't getting up. But the last, I believe it's right there at the end, but I think something like she looked at him and said, if you can paint, I can walk. It's a beautiful movie. My goodness, if you haven't seen it, I hope you do sometime. Maybe it'll be on TCM. Well, how about this song? If your name is Jean, Jean, that song's for you. This song was in a movie called The Prime of Gene Brody, and came out in 1960. It was recorded by Oliver. The one thing I want to say is it was written by Rod McEwen. Rod McEwen wrote so many songs, and one of my favorite albums was one that Frank Sinatra sang the songs of Rod McEwen. Some of you probably know the name Rod McEwen. Okay. That's called the John Dunbar theme. That is the theme from Dances with Wolves. And that starred Kevin Costner, yes. Golly, it's the theme that I love. And John Barry wrote it. John Williams, John Barry, Henry Mancini, my favorite composers. All right, how about this one? I know you know this one. Movie of the same name, Love is a Many Splendored Things. 1955, big hit for the Four Aces. Yes. That movie started William Holden and Jennifer Jones, something. Okay. Do you, well, just a little bit of, I'm going to do 2 songs in 2 movies, and short, just a little bit, and let's see if you know the names, okay? Or maybe the movies that it came from. Here we go. Arthur's Theme. Yes. The show was Arthur. Dudley Moore starred in that, 1981. Christopher Cross was the one who recorded the song. He also wrote lyrics to this song along with Carol Bayer Sager and a couple of others. And Burt Bacharach wrote the music. It's Arthur's Theme. The next one, Mrs. Robinson. That's from The Graduate, 1967. And that starred Dustin Hoffman, yes, and Anne Bancroft. Paul Simon wrote that song, and Simon and Garfunkel are the ones who sang it. Yeah. Okay. Two more. Well, let's see if you know this one. That movie was Schindler's List, and that's a theme from Schindler's List, 1993 movie. Some of the actors were Ben Kingsley and Liam Neeson. Most of that film was, location was in Krakow, Poland. I've been there, and maybe some of you have been there too. Krakow, Poland. This is a very, very, it's a rough movie, but it's the truth, right? Well, here we go on this one, folks. all got it, I'm sure. Exodus. Right, Exodus. Pat Boone, by the way, wrote the lyrics to the song. It's a 1960 film, Exodus. Starred Paul Newman and Eva Marie Saint. Won 2 Oscars, Grammy, Golden Globe. Yeah. Wow. Quite a song, isn't it? I love it. I love to play it. Well, my friends, we've come to the close of my show. I'll be back next week with another part 3. This is part 2. Next week, part 3 of Music Melodies. Thank you for joining me. I hope you feel my love. There's a lot of it. Thank you, everybody. Take care of yourself. See you next week. Bye-bye.